Okay, got the BestTug A3 here on an experimental Super Cub with a Scott 3200 tail wheel. I'm going to demonstrate connecting the A3 tug to the tail wheel and then pushing and pulling the tug with the pivot feature activated. You're just going to push the tug up, get it hooked on, line up the other side, so it's ready to go. And then notice I've got the pivot released. You can lock the pivot by pushing this pin in this front hole. I prefer having it released all the time. Makes it easier in my book. And then I'm just going to push and start going forward on the side. Notice I've got 8 inches on both wing tips. As far as clearance goes, I've got a tight hanger. I'm just going to push this bad boy out. Start turning now as I clear it. I've got the tug in low range as well, so I can maximize control. In high range, it goes pretty quick, about 3.5 miles an hour. So going slow is going to make it easier. And notice as I'm steering, I can pivot the tug and not ever have to pick it up off the ground to steer. A lot of tugs out there, you got to pick it up and set it down to steer this one. This one you can just leave on the ground. And now let's just go back in. And if you can see, we've got a sharp 90-degree turn we've got to make here. We're just going to leave this on the ground the whole time. That's something we make that turn important. Yeah, so in terms of flight plan, now we've got to watch the wings. It gets pretty tight in here. One little pro tip I've got a little blue box where I like to get my tire closed and put it in it. If I can get my tail wheel in it, it's lined up. And then at the front of the hanger, I've got 2 little painted, or not painted, blue taped lines. So I know that if I'm lined up with those lines when I'm coming in, and I won't hit my wingtips. But that's how I use the Alpha A3 tug on a Scott tail wheel with the pivot feature released. And now let's make another short video and show you with the pivot locked and how that works. Now I'm going to lock the pivot feature on the BestTug Alpha A3. And this way you're going to have to pick it up and set it down to steer. This might be easier for some people as you don't have to figure out how to steer the tug as you're going. I'm going to put the tug in low range and just start going forward. Watch the tight wing tips. I've got about 8 inches on both sides. As I get out of the hanger, I'm going to have to start picking the tug up and setting it down to steer. I really like using the pivot feature. It eliminates all of this effort of having to lift the tug up off the ground and setting it down to steer, which is honestly a hassle. The BestTug Alpha A3 is the only tug on the market with a pivot feature on a small dragger style tug, so you don't have to keep shuffling and picking the tug up and setting it down to steer. It's not that hard, but it's a lot easier with the pivot feature. And there we go. Now back in. Oh, also a couple tips with this tug. The gentler on the throttle you go, the less you have to push down for traction. So you'll actually find me as I do all this, almost not pushing down at all because I'm gentle on the throttle inputs. Both on the pivot feature and without, because I don't like having to push down and I don't like going fast when I'm moving an airplane in a tight space. So just gentle throttle inputs, make it nice, controlled, and easy. So I really prefer the pivot feature of the BestTug Alpha A3. It's one of the big reasons why you buy this tug, is so you don't have to do the shuffling and picking up and setting down of the unit. Now I'm going to shuffle that tail straight out of the fuselage and hanger. We're all set. our spots. And get this right in here. And there we go.